Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome to this edition of Balance in Life. I hope that you are ready to get some great information and great tips about how we can stay resilient in challenging times because I'm so happy that our buddy Alan Rasmussen is back with us to give us these thoughts and ideas. But before we move into that, I'm going to quickly welcome you on behalf of the Virginia Cooperative Extension Human Development Program Team and our partners, North Carolina Cooperative Extension. I'm Crystal Tyler Mackey, serving as your host today, along with my co-host, Bethany Eigel. If it's your first time, welcome here. If not, welcome back. You will notice in the chat box, we tend to be pretty active on these sessions. So as you engage in the chat box, quickly note that if you do nothing, just post and hit enter. The only people who will be able to see your questions, thoughts, statements are Bethany Allen and myself as panelists. If you'd like for others to be able to see your responses, questions, thoughts, just quickly choose the drop down note in the chat box and choose all panelists and all attendees. And so having said that, it looks like I'm missing Alan. Did Alan just drop off, Bethany?
I think he did. That might be him calling you.
It was a 1-800 number. That's not Alan.
Oh no. All right, you all that have been with us for a while, you know we've had this happen before. You may get the Crystal Bethany show. We're going to hope, though, that Alan can pop back in. So hang tight and hang with us.
Hang tight and hang with us. In fact, Bethany, if you want to check out that chat box and see where people are chiming in from, I will get with Alan.
You all start shouting out where all you're from if you feel like you want to share. And again, remember to hit that all panelists and attendees if you would like for everyone to see your comment. So Manassas, I see. Hello, Manassas. Oh, Alan's back on.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm hoping we don't have this. I'm hoping we don't have this problem today again. I'll tell you.
That's all
You
right.
got us a little nervous, Alan, because last time you did a resilience thing. It was a test for Crystal and I to have resilience. So I started.
That's right.
Let's see how resilient I can be here. I'll tell you.
That's right.
You guys
got some people. Rock. We're ready to rock. People are checking in from all over.
All over.
I'm loving it. So you want me to pop? Tell me when.
Ready. Ready when you are.
I'm sharing. I'm ready to go, man. I've been itching to go. All right. Hey, I'm Alan Rasmussen. I'm a prevention specialist with Rappahannock Community Services. And I'm telling you, I'm flying high this morning. I'm glad to be back here with Virginia Cooperative Extension. And I'm going to tell you, during this COVID, this has been the highlight of my life, doing these presentations and being with you all. I look forward to it. Today, I want to start this presentation on balancing life, staying resilient in challenging times by saying this: the COVID pandemic has had us living in unprecedented times. Additionally, we have continued to live with existing and new challenges and adversity in our daily lives at home and work. That's always evolving, always there. This training is about helping you to take care of yourselves mentally, emotionally, and physically, as well as help you successfully move forward in life as you experience these daily challenges and adversity in challenging times. Now, I love the title of this presentation, and I want to start off by saying the way to stay resilient is to embrace, practice, and develop this information that I'm talking to you today about being resilient, and make this a way of life. And when I say that, I'm not saying that lightly. I do it. I've helped others to do it, and I'm here to tell you it works. So with that said, I'm going to go on and get started, and I really appreciate being here with you today. So let's go back and talk a little bit about what is resiliency. And so I love this definition here. Resiliency is a person's ability, to absorb to absorb high levels of disruptive change, bounce back, and actually even excel in times of change and uncertainty. And that's without acting in dysfunctional ways. I'm going to talk about emotional reaction patterns here in a minute, but I do want to focus a second on this. Even excel in times of change and uncertainty. How many people do you know when there's change going on or times are uncertain, they fall apart? It's tough for them to get focused and move forward and maintain their balance. And so this being resilient is powerful. I mean, with that definition, to be able to bounce back, it's disruptive change, times of change and uncertainty, and move forward and bounce back and function in an appropriate way and make things happen is a powerful tool. So the goals of resiliency, you'll develop skills that increase your mental and emotional strength for life's daily challenges. You know, we've talked about these challenges come daily, and there's always some adversity we have to address. You'll be able to bounce back from disruptive life changes and function in this world of change. You'll develop confidence to know that you can handle whatever the future may bring. Now, I'm going to tell you, I get goosebumps when I even read that one myself, and I've read it over and over. To be able to go to bed knowing whatever comes tomorrow, I'll be able to handle. I'll take it on. That's powerful. You'll gain strength from adversity. When something wrong, bad goes on, you handle it, you move through it, you learn and grow, you become stronger from that. You'll turn emotionally toxic situations into what I like to call emotionally nutritious experiences. So I do want to talk about these emotional reaction patterns, and let me tell you, resilient people, they know how to control their emotional reactions to whatever's going on. And so I'm going to give you some examples. This chart, I love this chart because it spells it out. And this is something when Crystal sends you the PowerPoint, maybe you can copy this chart, look at it, and in any situation, study where you are. So let's say there's a challenging time going on, a challenge, there's adversity. It could be a shattering event. You know, how do people react when that goes on? Sometimes they can get angry, and I mean the full blown anger, explode, the highest form of anger there is. They just blow up. And you'll see on this chart, we're talking about with resiliency, moving forward. You're not going to see another arrow come off of getting angry. So it's not really an appropriate way to manage or handle challenging times or adversity. Sometimes people will go numb. They'll just say, I'm not dealing with this. They'll bury it inside, and it'll do what I call implode. And so, you know, what's the risk there? You know, you can have health problems, physical, mental health, and sometimes people bury it and then it comes out later and they blow up. So another step that people can take is they can get upset. There's a difference between upset and being angry. Upset is being able to express what you're feeling in a useful way, put your feelings out there and say, hey, this really bothers me. I'm worked up a little bit about this. And the word but creeps in. But what am I going to do about it? So that keeps you moving forward. It's okay to express what you're feeling. Just do it in a useful way. So people can get upset, and then sometimes they can make themselves the victim. I'm not pushing for that because I don't like seeing people become victims. It's not a good place to be. Resilient people don't like that either. So sometimes they can get upset and they then say, okay, I'm going to cope. What can I do about this? That's when you begin to cope, come up with some healthy coping strategies so you can start. And that's really another presentation that I do on that decision making, problem solving. There's steps you can take to come up with an appropriate coping strategy to move forward through any adversity or challenging time. So when you do that, you're beginning to reseal, and that is a word. It's the action word for resiliency. You're beginning to reseal. I'm going to feel. I want to make a song out of that sometime, man. So we're going to begin to reseal, and when you do that, you can ultimately bounce back, learn and grow from what's gone on, be stronger, and thrive. This is not about surviving. This is about learning, growing, getting stronger, and thriving. So from this chart, I think it's easy to see that emotional reaction is our emotional states do affect our problem solving abilities, our ability to develop healthy coping strategies and be resilient, move forward through challenging times. Positive emotions broaden and strengthen our ability to balance our lives and be resilient in the face of adversity and those daily challenges at home and work. Something we can do right now, right this moment, we can accept responsibility for our reactions. We can say, hey, I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to go numb. I am going to calm down, put my feelings on the table in a useful way, and come up with a healthy strategy to move forward. So we can also keep this good spirit and work to generate this positive energy, which keeps us strong mentally and emotionally and ready for any challenges. So here's a list of some positive emotions. I like to lay these out. Feelings of enjoyment. Hey, I'm really enjoying the weather, the day, or being with the ABC team and all of you. I mean, that's joyful. Playfulness, having some fun, not practical joking, that can get you hurt, but playfulness is okay. Be like a child, a kid once in a while. Contentment, to go, whatever's going on, I feel content. I'm relaxed. I feel good. Laughing, I love it. Laughing is great, man, especially when you can even get tears in your eyes. You laugh so hard. Satisfaction, feeling satisfaction. Warm relationships, healthy, supportive, warm relationships, love, affection. All that stuff makes me feel good here just saying it. So negative emotions. Now I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to get tense again. So anxiety, worrying, fear, worrying about tomorrow, scared of things. Fear is a horrible place to be. Anger, vulnerability, feeling exposed, vulnerable, helplessness. Keep in mind that these negative emotions can narrow a person's range of thoughts. It affects their ability to think clearly, do the problem solving skills and strategies, and move forward. And it actually limits action choices. So it interferes with our ability to think clearly, come up with strategies, and move forward. So, look, when you think about problem solving, when you experience these positive emotions, it opens your mind to a broad range of new ideas and possible courses of actions. Hey, I see some hope. I see a light. I see some options. Let me look at those. Let me pick one. Let me try it out. So, positive emotions increase resiliency. And when you experience these positive emotions each day, they enhance your problem solving abilities, your ability to move through these challenges and adversities in a successful way. When faced with adversity, keep in mind that your mind and your habits will create either barriers or bridges to a better future. So we definitely want to develop habits, healthy habits that can help us go over the bridge to the better future and not build walls. And we need to train our mind how to think and respond with emotional reactions. These positive emotions, they can shape our mind and our habits. What we think is critical. The struggle to bounce back and recover from setbacks can actually teach us things about ourselves. It can lead to developing strengths and abilities that we didn't know were possible. we may not even know that we had that in us. So we learn new things about ourselves. Resiliency, and I love this part. I don't like these traits that people are born with. Resiliency can be learned and developed through practice. Anybody can improve their ability to bounce back and be resilient if they practice key information like you're hearing today. So I want to talk about what we call balancing personality traits, and actually sometimes I call them paradoxical personality traits. And why? Because resilient people can be one way and the opposite. That's a paradox, when something can be one way and the opposite. So when you tie that into personality traits, keep in mind that the more balancing personality traits a person has, the more flexible they can be. Now, think about this. Resilient people can be flexible. They can be one way and the opposite. They don't do the same thing over and over expecting a different result. That's that definition of insanity, if you recall. So, resilient people, they become a function of whatever situation they are in, and then they respond with this flexibility, this ability to be one way and the opposite. I'm going to explain, I'll give you some examples of this in a minute, so bear with me. So this improves your chances of successfully handling any situation, any adversity, any challenge that develops. So here's some examples of these balancing personality traits. Serious and playful. Think about this. If someone can be serious at times and they can be playful also, how does that balance out? During tough times, they can get serious, they can make things happen, they can focus, and they also know the value of saying, hey, I need to back off a little bit, take a break, rest and recover, get my good energy going back. So I'm going to do something playful. And, and maybe they'll even say, I'm going to make a little light situation out of this serious stuff. I can handle it. I'll move forward. I'm going to keep my good energy going. So it's you balance this. If you're serious all the time, you can burn out. You're playful all the time, people get tired of that and you don't really get anything done. So when you balance those out, it can be healthy. Gentle and tough. You can think about these, but to be gentle sometimes it's necessary. If you're tough all the time, that's going to wear people out. There is a time and a place for that, but you can balance these, you can use them both, and you can see the benefit. Optimistic, pessimistic, trusting and cautious. I use this in relationship building. Sometimes people just want to trust right away. I'm going to throw myself into this relationship. And you go, hey, wait a minute. You need to be a little cautious, baby, and learn a little more about the person. Do they have traits and characteristics that suit what you're looking for? So maybe be cautious and then evolve the trust. Selfish, unselfish. There's a time to watch out for yourself. That's okay to do. And there's a time to give to others. So you blend that together. It balances. You take care of yourself. You take care of others. Think about someone who takes care of someone else all the time. They don't leave. Sometimes there's nothing left for them. Self-appreciating, self-critical. It's okay. And this is one of these ones, we're taught as kids, don't brag, don't talk about yourself. But I'm here to tell you, it's okay to say, I think I did all right on this. I feel good about that. Do you go out and tell everybody over and over how great you are? No, but it's okay to practice positive self-talk. It is also okay to examine anything you do and say, is there something I could do better? Don't become compulsive about that and tear yourself down, but you blend those together. Okay, I think I did good. Is there something I can do better? And you don't beat yourself up. You just keep moving forward, pat yourself on the back, make changes where needed, and that's healthy. So there's a bundle more of those. And I always say someone ought to come up with a game called the Paradoxical Traits Game and maybe sell it to Parker Brothers or something. We could play it on a Friday night and sit down and say, okay, all of us get together as a group. How are you one way and the opposite? And let's do that and justify both ways you are. It'd be a great game. and we could help each other. I think you're like this. But anyway, so resilient people, they have deep optimism. They understand that when you are optimistic, you have better energy. You feel more self-confident. You look forward to the future. Man, I'm looking forward to whatever's going to go on. We'll take it on. We'll make it happen. I want to enjoy life. You do not feel trapped or discouraged when you're optimistic. You can move through things. You'll get through it. So something you can do is reflect on how optimism has helped you through difficult times in the past. If it works, keep doing it. And I guarantee you it can. I also like to talk about taking charge, because resilient people, they know how to take charge of situations. They know how to move forward. And so let me give you some examples of this. This is great. Resilient people, I always hear people say, hey, I'm stressed. I'm feeling stressed. We know stress exists because I do stress management talks. But I also, as part of resiliency, I talk about strain. You know, when something's going on in your life, is if you view it like you're working out and you're using your muscles and they get sore, you take a break, they get strong again, you take a break, you keep going at stuff, you get sore. That develops stamina, perseverance, strength. That's called strain. Athletes do it. So let's think about that mentally and emotionally. If we're going through something and we consider it strain, this is an opportunity for me to engage, learn something, take a break, process it, go back at it, and keep moving forward. So instead of going, hey, I'm stressed, I can't do it, that's keep in mind, strain strengthens and challenges you. This is a mindset. Again, this is a mindset you can adopt. When I'm going through something, I'm being strained. I'm going to learn something out of this. It's going to strengthen me. It's challenging me. I'm going to learn and grow, and I'll be better for it. Stress is your reaction to things. And we know that stress really is that victim blame syndrome. And we saw that on that reaction pattern chart. We don't want to be victims. So if we can turn this stress into strain, it can help us out. So a little process, some steps you can take. Look at what you're responsible for. All right. Get a piece of paper out. Write it down. What am I responsible for? I am responsible for this. List it. And then engage what you're responsible for. Go at it. Do it. Take a break. Re-energize. Get that good energy. Go back at it. Do what I'm responsible for. Over time, you're going to get done what you need to get done, and you're going to feel good about that. You're going to feel good that you're moving forward. Another thing you can do is focus on important things. What's important to you? You can make a separate list of that too. And so when you look at your time and how you're spending it, your energy, engage what you're responsible for, do what's important to you, take a break, re-energize, you're going to have a pretty satisfying, fulfilling life that will actually, you'll be able to pat yourself on the back because you're going to eventually accomplish things that are important. And so always keep that sense of humor too, not practical joking. Be able to keep that playful side as you're doing all this, so it helps that good energy stay inside and keep flowing. Now, this little process, and it's simple, but it puts you in charge of your life. Now, I want you to think about this. When you repeat this process, it will result in you developing confidence in yourself. How does that work? Hey, I'm getting things done. I feel good about that. I'm moving forward in the right direction. I'm doing what's important to me. I'm feeling content. I'm feeling satisfied. You know, you're in control. You will anticipate handling something well, or you're going to say, I'm going to expect to learn something useful. You know, I'm going to handle it well, or I'm going to learn something new or a new way of doing something. That's how you learn and grow. What was once stressful to you becomes this invigorating workout. I'm up for the workout. Let's go. So and when you do this, you become stress resistant. So again, I'm planting seeds. I want you to think about this stuff, practice it, try it, use it, and see how it works. And my experience is it can help. So, a couple of tips for balancing life and staying resilient. I love this. Maintain these routines and habits that work for you. You know, stick to your strategies, whatever's working, you're getting things done. Stick to those routines and habits. Only modify them when you need to. Then you're accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Keep those healthy sleep hours. There's a lot of discussions lately about sleep, how important it is. Do your research. I love Google. Get on there and Google the benefits of sleep. There's a lot of studies for kids and adults. It's big. And I know now that there's a lot of people struggling with this. They're waking up, they can't sleep, it's interrupted. But if you do what you need to do with some meditation, whatever it takes to calm yourself down, to get those healthy sleep hours, go to bed at regular hours, and use your mind. I want to go to sleep. I want to get my rest. I'm going to do it. So maintain this healthy diet, these regular eating hours. It's a good time to sit with your family, talk, process, and take care of yourself with proper diet. Very important. Exercising. And, I just threw these examples on here, but, you can work out if you have a inside bike, do any kind of workout. You can hike, walk, anything is physical. Get yourself some good exercise. It's important to get that blood flowing and get those endorphins flowing out of your system there. Engage yourself in constructive leisure time activities. What are some hobbies you enjoy? What are some things you want to try that are new? Get involved and take some time, make some time to do that. Take care of yourself. It's not selfish. Do it. Mindfulness, meditation, yoga. I mean, this is big, and it's bigger than ever right now. And I know a lot of people that do it. They have sessions and groups that they talk. They do this mindfulness, meditation, yoga. It works. It helps. Stay hydrated. Drink those proper fluids. Stay hydrated. This is a big one here. I'm telling you, avoid news stories if they increase fear. If they agitate you, it's changing your moods. And I'm telling you, it happens. I'm seeing it, and I've been affected myself from time to time. So turn that stuff off and go back to what you're responsible for, what you enjoy, what's important. Think about that. Maintain healthy and supportive relationships. Let me tell you, resilient people, they're able to develop and appreciate healthy, functional relationships. They know the value in these relationships. When you're having a tough time, they can be someone to talk to. They can be supportive of you. You can support them. It gives you good feelings. You feel good about yourself in these relationships. It minimizes stress and whatever's going on. If you're having trouble being in touch with people, always remember to use, you can use Zoom, you can text, FaceTime, emails, make phone contacts to stay in touch. I caution you with the Zoom, make sure it's organized. Everybody gets a chance to talk and it doesn't become stressful, because sometimes people can say, hey, I didn't feel like I got to say anything. So, have some rules about it and engage and stay in touch with people. Make a plan day to day, moment to moment, to stay focused and purposeful in all you do. I love this concept of waking up. And I like lists, I like to lay it out. What am I going to do? What do I want to accomplish? Let me be purposeful, have that plan, don't bury yourself in the list. Have some flexibility, but have some plans, things you want to accomplish each day. Stay focused, get it done, pat yourself on the back. I like the list because you can check stuff off. You see it, it's a visual. You go, hey man, I got everything done I wanted to do today. I feel good about that. So take charge of your life, like I talked about. You know, what am I responsible for? What's important to me? Take charge of your life, do it. And use these balancing personality traits. If you don't do it, try to do it. If you're serious all the time, try to be playful some. If you trust all the time, you know, be a little cautious. Practice this stuff. It works. Remember, you are not alone. Everybody's in the situation. Everybody's got challenges and adversity. Let's make it something we talk about. We're not alone. Let's put it on the table, talk about it, find people in common, and let's talk and get support. Deep optimism. Try to develop that deep optimism, look at the bright side, and try to find the positive in anything and everything always. Even if it didn't work out, the positive is, hey, I learned something from that. I'm not doing that again. I'm going to come up with a new way of doing it. That's a positive. Express your feelings in a useful way. I mean, this is so big. If you have something going on inside of you, don't get angry. Don't bury it. Find a way. I always love the statement, put it on the table. I'm going to put my stuff on the table so we can talk about it. It's out there. Do it in a healthy way. Do it in a useful way so people can understand it and give them an opportunity to understand and help you and understand you. Develop support systems. And I always say this, and it's important, get professional help if it's needed. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. You know, it's a great place to put your feelings out in a useful way, have someone listen, help you come up with strategies, help you balance your life, and help you stay resilient. Now, I know I'm running out of time, and that's fine because I'm on the last slide, so don't get worried there, Crystal. Remember, healthy habits improve our problem-solving abilities and help us to balance our life and stay resilient in challenging times. It's great being with you all. And man, I love doing these presentations. I hope this was of benefit to you. That's what's important to me. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you, Herman.
Alan, solid as usual. So
thank you.
So appreciate that. There's been some great commentary and thoughts and even some questions in the chat box, but there's so many nuggets there to really pull out. And so just for the sake of time, I'm gonna just let people know I'm gonna try very diligently to get you the recording today and the slide deck today so that you have all of the resources that Alan just shared. I think it would be useful for us to have that. It just means you'll get 2 emails from me. You'll get today's with the recording, and then next week you'll get an email that has registration. I try to put them together, but I think this is just so rich, we should try to get it today. And then the encouragement that I'll put out there for each of you is to choose something to focus on. One of the nuggets that stood out for me, Alan, was the practice it. The practice it. So choose something that you're going to focus on and practice it. And maybe it's more than one, but choose some things from that list for you and really lean in to begin to practice it so that we can continue to grow and be resilient in spite of the challenges that come our way. So having said that, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Bethany, Herman. We had the whole ABC plus H team on today, so that's always a fun time. And for those of you who've been on, I hope you grab this nugget, and I'll try, going to try to get that out to you before the end of the workday today. But next week we'll be back on, same place, same time, different topic. Hope that you will join us then. Have a great weekend, all. Thanks, teammates.
Everybody take care. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Bethany and Herman.
All right, bye.